So how do we create a JSON object? And the answer to that is pretty simple. So let's take a look at some code and figure out how that. In my code here, I've got some simple things going on that I want to explain before I show you the JSON object itself. I've got a div here called main text, and I'm using that as a way to display the JSON object as I create it. And I've got that identified as empty in my document JavaScript. And I'm just using this to set the inner text to the JSON using JSON.stringify. That basically turns the JSON into a string and makes sure that everything is stored as a string so that I can display that. But the main thing here is this JSON object that I want to create. So you can see I've got a JS phone for JSON phone. I'm going to create a phone book, and I've got my curly braces here. And in between the curly braces, I'm going to start adding these key and value pairs. So let's say I want to have a first name key, and the first name might be, let's say Joe. Let's call him Joe, and last name, L name, and last name, Mama. And let's say he's got a phone number of, well, let's call this one a JSON string. Okay, so we'll do an office phone number and we'll do a home phone number. And so I've got the key is phone, and then the value is going to be a JSON string or a JSON object in itself, a nested JSON object. So that object is going to have some key and value pairs as well. So let's say I want to keep the phone number for home, and the home phone, let's just make one up here, and we'll make up an office phone number. There we go. And so now I've got phone number for home and office. And we'll show you how to access that data in just a minute here. But following that, let's say we've got pets, and the pets are, let's say Polly, and let's say Sam the cat, and one more, let's just say is married, and that'll be a Boolean value. So we've got first name, last name, those are strings. Phone number is a JSON object, and in that JSON object we've got home and office. Those are both strings because phone numbers aren't really numbers, right? They're strings of digits. And then we've got an array of pets. And finally, we've got the is married true. So once we've got that, if I preview that, you can see that it shows that JSON over here on my right-hand pane, putting it into that main text div. So that's a way that we can sort of visualize what's happening to that JSON as we continue on here. But that is how you create a JSON object, and that's what it looks like in code.